Hey, it's October 7th. I just finished my day one of the Make More Offers Challenge with Myron Golden. If you have a business, you want to grow your business, this is such a great tool for anyone to go through. So I'm going through this and it's such great information. I mentioned I was gonna have a little bit more technical stuff in my videos. And so this is one of them. And the first thing is talking about a lead magnet. What is a lead magnet? Magnet, okay? Lead magnet. A lead magnet is something that will attract your dream customer. So when you put out content or you put out an ad, you are trying to attract your customer, your dream customer. Hopefully you've done the pre-work of trying to figure out who exactly is it that I want to serve. That's super important. It's not a good idea to cast a wide net and say, my offer, what I have is for everybody. That is not good because then your offer is for nobody, okay? So you have to be very specific about who you're trying to attract. And once you're very specific about who you're trying to attract, you'll attract more of those people. Okay, and so when you attract them, you need to give them a lead magnet, something to draw them in that will introduce them to your ecosystem, to your world, right? And so you have to make something that will be interesting for them. And it's called a lead magnet because when we put that out there, what we're hoping is to get something in return. Now, usually from the very first meeting, for the first time a potential customer sees your content and interacts with your content, you want to give them something of value, right? And you got to make sure that this is valuable to them. Okay, so you got to provide value, and in return, usually when on a very first meeting, what we're asking for is a minimal commitment like a name and email address. Okay, and so if you say like, I got this very valuable information. Could be a video, could be a report, could be a list, could be a survey or questionnaire that will help them with something that they want, right? Which is somehow connected to your product or service. So when I'm gonna give them something of value and I'm saying, hey, to get this access to this thing of value, give me your name and email address. Because if you found this valuable, I'll stay in contact with you and let you know about the other valuable content I'm giving you. Right? Yeah, and so using a lead magnet is good. I mean, common sense for a lot of people who are done internet marketing, but people who are starting a new business don't actually know how to advertise. And so it's very important that you put something out there that attracts people to you. And they reciprocate by giving you an email address. Okay, this is the golden nugget that I kind of have heard before, but it was explained in such a way that makes so much sense, and I wanted to share it with you. So here's your dream customer. There they are. Now your dream customer, I'm gonna give them bigger eyes and I'm gonna make them look over here. Okay? Your dream customer is looking to pleasure. Right? Your dream customer is attracted to pleasure, right? And they want to go away from what? Do you know? What do people not want? People don't want pain, right? People don't want pain. They want to move away from pain and they want to move towards pleasure. And you notice this is going in the same direction, right? And so Myron Golden was explaining that when we are advertising out there are so many people that have no idea who we are. Way more people don't know us than the people that know us. Okay, people that don't know us are going to be suspicious of us. Ooh, now this is the important psychological understanding of marketing here. If I am advertising out there to try to bring my dream customer into my ecosystem and they don't know me, they're already suspicious of what I am saying, what I am offering, okay? But I have two avenues, two different ways to pull them in, right? Two different approaches. There you go. I have two approaches. One is I can show them how they can get from where they are and move them towards pleasure, right? Move them towards pleasure. And this is one that is suspicious. Makes people more suspicious, right? But moving away from pain, okay? Away from pain is a little bit more acceptable. Now, I know that doesn't make sense when I say it because you need the analogy. And I'm going to use the analogy that Myron said because it was really good. He said, if someone's on the street corner waving around a $10 bill, and maybe the guy does not look the best, right? He's not in a three-piece suit. He's just kind of standing on the corner, holding on, and he's saying, free $10 bills, free $10 bills. Who wants one? Yeah. Aren't you a little bit suspicious of to what that guy's up to? Like, why is this guy who does not look like he's a wealthy man, waving around money and handing it out? Like, what's the catch? Like, do I trust it? Do I trust him? No, not really. So this is from where you are and moving towards pleasure. Like, it would be pleasurable to have some more money, regardless of the amount. But in the manner that he's trying to give it to me, I don't know if I trust that, right? However, if I'm walking and I'm next to this guy, I turn around and I slam my head into a post and blood is dripping down. And this same guy turns to me and says, oh, you're bleeding. Here, use my handkerchief. And I take it and I put it on my bloody head because I'm gushing out blood. I didn't even stop to think, oh, who's giving me that? Like, I have a pain and I'm trying to get out of that pain, right? And so all of a sudden, the guy who I would have been suspicious this way, I'm no longer suspicious when he's pulling me out of my pain. And so I thought, man, that is actually so brilliant. Yes, that's right. When we, and one example that I heard was like a headline, like an ad headline or something like this, is you're gonna go something like 7 steps to 7 figures. Okay? This is a pleasure headline, right? It's taking me from where I'm at, whatever that is, to 7 figures. But if I don't make 7 figures, or I don't make 6 figures, this is a suspicious headline. I'm thinking, well, what's the catch here? What's going on? And I don't know the person who's trying to take me there. I have no experience with them, no reputation. It's not. I am talking about this is basically a cold lead, right? If I'm cold to the person who's making this promise, who says, oh, there's 7 steps to 7 figures, I can get you there, and I don't know who that person is, I'm suspicious. Now, if I've interacted with them, I've followed them, I've read their material, now there's a different relationship there. Now it's different, right? We're talking cold, people just starting to getting to know you. This is not a good headline. It'll attract some people, but not many. What is actually a better way to do it is, how can I reframe this into, move my camera just a little bit. How can I reframe it into a way to move away from pain? That's a much better thing. So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna take a number. So you're gonna take your 7, okay? And then you're gonna have some adjectives in there describing the pain. Something like biggest mistakes. Okay, so the 7 biggest mistakes, and then we're gonna have what our dream customer is. Who's our dream customer? Whatever it is. In this example, it's gonna be entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs. You didn't think I could spell it? I know how to spell it. 7 biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make that keep them from 7 figures. Something like this. So what I've done is I've taken, I've added a number, so I quantified it, right? Okay. I've given this an adjective. Oh, big mistakes, right? I've said who I'm trying to help, right? Who is my dream customer there? And I'm saying what the end goal is, 7 figures. This is a much more powerful and much more palatable lead, or something that will draw me in. Now, what I get as my lead magnet could actually be the same exact material. That's what the lead magnet is. Maybe like people see this on an ad, people see this on an ad, and so they click on it. Which one is going to get me, and they click on it, and it could be that the video I have as my lead magnet, which gives them the 7 steps, is the same video for both of them. But which one is going to bring in more people? Right? This one says, I don't want to make the big mistakes, right? I look at this, I'm like, oh, what are the big mistakes? I'm an entrepreneur. I know I've made mistakes. I'm not at the 7 figures yet. So what are the big mistakes? I don't want to make them, right? Whereas like this person, oh, that's tired. It's old. So many people promised me 7 figures, and I've looked and I haven't had it yet. So why waste my time? Like, this is super powerful. This is the power of marketing, you guys. This is why marketing is so important, and why marketing is one of the highest needed and highest paid industries. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the greatest product or service in the world. It doesn't matter if you can't sell it, you can't market it. If people don't know about it, then that product will not help anyone, and you will not make any money. It's so powerful. And myself in the past, I've neglected the small details in writing stuff out. What's the difference in one word or this, why can't I just put this out there? People will find it. You got to be very conscious, very aware. Follow the steps that people have done in the past that have been highly successful. Just copy what they're doing, right? Change it to your own stuff, and you will have similar success. It's just the way the world works. And so for me, I just wrote my headline. I'm launching my sign language course pretty soon. I got a couple little tweaks that I got to make, and it'll be out there. But I actually wrote a headline just like this. And although I kind of understood what I was doing, hearing this laid out the way Myron Golden laid it out just made amazing sense. And I wrote mine, the 7 biggest mistakes ASL learners make that keep them from becoming fluent or from learning ASL, and how to avoid them, right? Or how to avoid the biggest mistakes. You know what? As I'm thinking about it, I didn't put a number in mine. I just put biggest mistakes. I'm going to go back and revise that. Biggest mistakes that keep ASL learners, or people who want to learn ASL, that's my target audience, to becoming conversationally fluent, right? And how to avoid them, right? And the steps to take to propel you into, or to accelerate your learning. I got to work on that as I'm going through. I'm actually don't recall it exactly right off the top of my head, but I'm going to rework it now that I've kind of got this in my head, and it's kind of seeing how this makes sense. So exciting, so good. I'm learning a ton. The Make More Offers Challenge by Myron Golden. I think he does it every month. I'm not pitching it. I don't have a link, nothing. I am just talking because this is my video journal. I know I'm going to do his challenge again, because why not? It's so good, and I'm going to learn so much. I'm going to put stuff into motion, into action, and I'm going to make stuff happen. So anyway, thanks a lot.